All right, folks, I know it's been a while, but I thought today let's do a video with an updated Asian national team power rankings. A couple months back, I did this video ranking the Asian national teams from 10th to 1st, and it's been a while since then. With the upcoming matches in the 4th round of qualification, I felt this would be the best time to do an updated list. So if you guys are a big fan of Asian football, this is the channel that you need to be at, so make sure to subscribe right now. Smash the like button if you guys want to keep seeing these power ranking videos, because based off of the amount of likes we got last time, over 100 likes on that video, you all want to see it. So let's smash it again to get this video over 100 likes, and drop your guys' comments throughout the video if you guys agree with where I'm placing some of the national teams, disagree with where I'm putting them. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below, and let's jump into it. Just like the last time I did this, I'm going to do an honorable mention and then go 10 through 1 as well. I will add, like, did the national team move up how many spots, went down how many spots, use as like a comparison from the last time we did this to see what national teams have improved in my eyes, which national teams have gone worse in my eyes, and then go from there. But the small twist I'm going to be making this time versus last time, instead of having one honorable mention, I think there are 3 national teams that are on a 3-way tie for my honorable mention pick. So more national teams are going to be mentioned. And without further ado, our honorable mentions for the video is a 3-way tie between Oman, Palestine, and Indonesia. Last time we did this video, Indonesia was the national team in the honorable mention. So they are going to be staying the same, but are joined with Palestine and Oman, because I feel like those 2 national teams are kind of in that same boat as Indonesia. They're on the cusp of just breaking into the top 10, but they haven't quite proven it to me. And I think Palestine should be the national team we are highlighting the most in this, because of what's going on right now in Palestine. They've had to constantly be playing in neutral venues. They haven't had the rub of the green, and were arguably so unlucky and so unfortunate not to be in the 4th round of qualification if it wasn't for a dodgy penalty call in their final game. So I want to give them credit where credit is due. They had a crazy run in the 3rd round of Asian World Cup qualification and deserve to be on that cusp of breaking into the top 10 of Asian football right now. I think once all the situation that's going on in that country subsides and we see better days for the Palestinian national team, I think we're going to see them bumping up in this ladder. Coming in at number 10, it is Qatar, who are in the exact same place as I put them last time. The only difference for me with Qatar is they hired former Spain national team head coach Lopetegui. He's done okay. Similarly to like Indonesia and Oman, we just got to see what they do in this 4th round of qualification. They didn't really do anything crazy in my opinion so far with Lopetegui. Yes, they got a scrappy win against Iran in a match that Iran didn't have to care for because they already qualified for the World Cup, but then got absolutely booty tickled by Uzbekistan in their final game, and haven't won whatsoever in the recent friendly matches that they've played in against Lebanon, Bahrain, and Russia. They are winless in all 3 of those games. So I still think the defending Asian Cup champions are just holding on to dear life for the 10th place spot, because they're just such a weird mixed bag. Even though they hired a really good coach, I'm not sure if Lopetegui's going to put it together. Time will only tell. We're just going to have to see. Now coming in at number 9, I'm going with Saudi Arabia, who are still going to be in the same spot as last time. I know, that's going to kind of be the theme of this video. I don't think there was that much shuffling, but I think there is one national team that have made some drastic improvements. You're just going to have to stick around to find out which one that is. But when it comes to Saudi Arabia, similarly to Qatar, I think there has been some small positive performances since Hervé Renard has come back, but they are still under that funk, that curse that Roberto Mancini has put them under, and time will only tell based off of the results in this 4th round of Asian World Cup qualification. I know I sound like a broken record, but it really does hinge on those matches for a lot of these national teams, whether they move up or down, because we don't know. We haven't had a big sample size. A lot of these new head coaches these national teams have brought in, so we're just gonna have to see with Saudi Arabia. And then coming in at number 8, it is the UAE, who are still in the same spot as I put them last time. They as well, with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Indonesia, are in the 4th round of qualification. They as well have had a mixed bag of results in the final couple of games in the previous round, in the 3rd round of qualification. They got a really strong draw against Uzbekistan, but then drew against Kyrgyzstan. As I said, just so up and down, too much parity. So I just felt they've kind of stuck themselves in the same spot. And now coming in at number 7, it is Iraq, who are still in the same spot as I put them last time. Man, I really really wished Iraq wouldn't be in this situation because I had so much faith in them in the third round of World Cup qualification. I thought they were going to get the automatic spot, but they folded in the end. And it was a huge bummer because I think the Iraqi national team has made some good leaps and bounds right now. They have so much potential, but they absolutely screwed the pooch in the last round and fumbled that spot to Jordan. I think it was an absolute crapshoot in Group B between South Korea, Jordan, and Iraq for the automatic spots. I didn't even think it was an automatic lock for South Korea, and they did make it look not so easy to secure the first place spot. Anything less than this, I think would be an absolute stinker for this national team, and I think Iraqi fans will be so pissed off about that because I think this is their golden opportunity to get back to the World Cup. This group of players needs to make it happen for these fans because they have a great national team right now. So many solid veterans with a healthy mixture of good young talent that are playing in various leagues in Europe. And it would be absolutely squandered if they can't qualify for this new expanded World Cup. It's a golden ticket for them. Coming in at number 6, and it is the first change on this list, it is Uzbekistan, who moved down one spot for me. Uzbekistan, I don't think they've done anything fantastic. I don't think they've done anything wrong. I think they've just kind of stayed where they're at. Yes, I know they recently won the CAF Nations Cup, defeating Iran finally after this whole merry-go-round of Iran and Uzbekistan keep facing off against each other. And nobody can claim a win. Finally, Uzbekistan did it in the 120th minute. They beat Iran. They won the CAF Nations Cup. But in my opinion, I don't think it proves too much. Yes, they finally got over that hump. They got the monkey off their back. They finally beat Iran. But I thought there would be like that little bit of improvement for them where they finally beat one of the bigger dogs of Asian national teams, but they haven't quite proven that to me yet. Unlike the national team I'm about to put in 5th place. And speaking of 5th place, I have Jordan, who are staying in the same position as last time. Jordan, for me, man, this is where I thought Iraq would be at this point in my Asian national team power rankings, but they haven't proven that, and Jordan has. Jordan have been sensational since the Asian Cup. They have built on their success and momentum from their dark horse run in the Asian Cup, making it all the way to the final, and have pushed along and qualified for the World Cup. Do I think they're at the top 4 tier with the big dogs like Iran, South Korea, Japan, Australia? No, not quite, but I wouldn't be surprised the next time we do this video, Jordan are in the top 4. So big shout out to the Jordan fans, to the national team. Hopefully you guys get some good friendlies to prep for this World Cup and you guys can do some bits. And now coming in at number 4, I have the Iranian national team, who moved down one spot from last time. I mean, I'm like probably the harshest critic when it comes to my own national team, but Iran, I think, are a 4th place lock right now when it comes to Asian national team. It just keeps going down and down and down, and who knows, by the next time I do this video, they could even be lower. Qalinui, I've done so many videos talking about him, so I don't want to highlight Iran too much because I want to share the love for the other national teams in this video, but to make it quick, to make it brief, I mean, Qalinui keeps sending this national team back to the dinosaur ages. No new players develop. The older players are only getting worse, making worse transfers, less and less players playing in Europe. The Iranian national team are just on a downward trajectory. And as I talked about for Uzbekistan, they were on the other side of that loss in the CAF Nations Cup final. The dam is broken. They're now not even beating Uzbekistan anymore. So I mean, Iran, 4th place. The only reason they're still here is because of their pedigree, what they have done. They're still those guys, but that's only going to last so long as the floor for Asian national teams keep increasing while they are staying stagnant and only getting worse. And now coming in for my number 3 spot, I have South Korea, who moved down one spot from last time. Similarly to Iran, I think to a lesser degree, South Korea were very dodgy in the 3rd round of qualification. They looked so up and down. I think they really put it together in the last 2 games to solidify their spot in 1st place, but realistically, it should have been theirs to easily solidify, but they had such a mixed bag of performances, and maybe that just shows how tough their group was, or the South Korean national team are just kind of in this weird limbo period right now. Post Jurgen Klinsmann, South Korea just seem like they have their head on a swivel. I just think it's been a mixed bag since Hung Myung-bo has been appointed as their coach. Yes, very legendary defender for the national team, but I just don't know if he's going to be the guy that can lead South Korea to success at this upcoming World Cup. They've had some spirited good results in their recent friendlies against Mexico and the USA. They won undefeated, beating the United States actually quite comfortably. But the national team kind of seems in this slight transitional period, especially with Son going to MLS. How much longer is he still going to be the guy for this team? Kim Min-jae has just been on this weird, like, downward trajectory. I think similar to Matthew Tonami when he was at Inter, constantly getting scapegoated 24/7 at Bayern Munich. So the big boys are on a downwards trend, while the other guys like an Ikong In just haven't quite been able to take up that mantle. I still think they're in a better position than the Iranian national team, but I don't think they are currently outright better than the other two national teams we're about to mention. And speaking of the other national teams, coming in at number 2, this is my most improved team in the power ranking, the team that moved the most since the last time we did this. It is Australia, moving up to 2nd place. That is a 4-spot increase from last video. Since the sacking of Graham Arnold, who was leading this team in the beginning of qualification, and now with the introduction of Andrew McDonald, this national team has looked night and day different. They have absolutely improved, and as I told you all, Australia just loves starting off qualification slow, but we're an absolute fire train at the end to solidify the 2nd place spot. They played solid, they went back to their roots, they were a dogged team to face off against in Asian World Cup qualification. I feel like they look like their old selves again. I think he's brought the best out of these players, and the players look like they actually are fighting again for the badge. And I don't think they're a national team to mess with right now in Asia. They have looked like their old selves. I wouldn't want to go up against them as an Iranian national team fan. They look like the team that puts in those elbows, sticks out the arms, fights for every 50-50 ball in the air. They don't look like the mess that they were in the beginning of qualification, and I think they have to be right now in 2nd for me. And that leaves us with the number 1 spot, and as you all know, it is Japan, who I had last time in 1st place, so they did not move whatsoever. I mean, is there a massive surprise here? Japan raising and waving the Asian national team flag high. I mean, they have looked good. They have done what they've needed to do. Yes, there has been some slight slip up in their final matches of World Cup qualification. The friendlies have been up and down. They had a decent draw against Mexico, but then played a complete B team against the USA, lost that game, rotated against Australia, lost that game. But I do kind of like Moriasu's been switching up the team, experimenting with the national team, bringing in younger players, players that are in the outside looking into the national team, and kind of figuring out who are some of those depth pieces for him going into this World Cup. The key that I've said last time for Japan is not overthinking matches, because I think Moriyasu does that all the time. He is an absolute tactical master against the big dogs like the Germanys, the Spains in the big moments, but then when he faces off against Iran or Costa Rica, he just absolutely blunders it. National teams that they should be playing a lot better again. So we'll see if Japan can raise their floor, continue doing what they've been doing. Their starting lineup is by far the most solid in Asia, but adding some more depth pieces off the bench, rotational guys, or guys that can fight those current starters to only make the current starters better. I think that's the key here for Japan. And we'll have to see with more friendlies coming up how they do there. And then come the World Cup, can they still be that banner for the Asian national team folks? Can they still be that guy? We'll just have to find out. But for right now, in this video, they're definitely my number 1 team in Asia right now. But boys and girls, my opinion only matters so much. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know, do you guys agree with my rankings? Disagree? Which national team should be in what position? Let me know your guys' thoughts. As I said, if we could get over 100 likes on this video, I'll do another one with an updated ranking come a couple more months down the line. So smash the like button on this video. If you're a big fan of Asian football, I don't know what you're doing going into this 2026 World Cup. This is the channel that you need to be at, so make sure to subscribe. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this video next, where I ranked and went in depth for Asia's Big 5 national teams' best World Cup runs. And click over here as I post content weekly on the channel and you don't want to miss it. But boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day.